Sid and Friends in the morning.
77 WABC.
So, I just got back from Israel about 2 weeks ago. They love Trump in Israel, just so you know, they love him. They love him and Bibi, they love them both. I'm in Israel and had the opportunity to break the Yom Kippur fast with Bibi Netanyahu. What an amazing night that was. Cried with Israelis in the streets. They listen to me from Jerusalem. They really do this. Like all of you listen to me, all of you. I get back and they go, Sid, you want to speak at this MSG thing? I go, sure. Out of character for me to speak at a Nazi rally. I was just in Israel, but I took the gig.
When the sun came up this morning and she smiled her smile for me, I felt it for the first time. Something deep inside of me. So you can take your midnight rambling, boy, and you can keep your winding roads. She's living inside my heart now. Living inside. Oh, there's an easiness about her. There's a softness in her way. But she gets me through the hard times. We get closer every day. I know I'll never be alone now, boy. Even if I'm far away, she's living inside my heart now. Living inside.
Bob Seger, Living Inside My Heart, from the great movie About Last Night. It's a good scene. This is the scene where Rob Lowe and Demi Moore are both naked in the kitchen. You know, I mentioned there during the rally that I was in Israel, of course, and meeting Bibi and people listening from Jerusalem, and I find out this morning through my dear friend Judah Honickman that there's a lady, he actually put her on the phone very early this morning, leaving me a message. She listens every day from Jerusalem. Her name is Shani Simkowitz, and she's listening right now. Shani Simkowitz. Lots of folks listen in Israel, Tel Aviv. I believe your Aunt Cheryl and Uncle Benny tune in once in a while from Modine. Is that right?
Yeah, it's going to be Sherry, but that's close enough.
Close enough, sure.
Yeah.
But Shani Simkowitz listening right now, and a huge fan of About Last Night, and Rob Lowe listening from Australia, Kanika Batra listening this morning as well. So you look at the Sid and Friends in the Morning show, people contact us all the time, and it's not just Brooklyn, it's not just Manhattan, it's not just the rabid crowd that went nuts at Madison Square Garden. I'm talking about two people listening right now from Jerusalem and Sydney, Australia. That's the reach of Sid and Friends in the Morning. My first guest today is a young lady that has been on this show for many years. She's a great, and I mean a great American and Trump supporter. She was a favorite of me and Bernie years ago. And, of course, she's run for office now the last couple of years. She is running as we speak against AOC. So here's my dear friend, Tina Forte. Tina, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Sid. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. So tell me what's going on with this race. You're taking on AOC. I know I keep in touch with Brian Graham. We go back and forth about how you're doing. Tell me how this race is looking.
This race is looking good. You know, I have a headquarters now in Morris Park, which I did not have the last time. And people walk in off the streets. They talk to me. I have Democrats that walk in, Republicans, conservatives, people that aren't registered, and we register them to vote. Unlike AOC, I am present in the district, And I have a following in the district, and they come in and an open office, and they speak to me. They actually come to me with their problems because AOC is never around. She works harder for making excuses for terrorist organizations than she does for her own constituents in the 14th Congressional District, and it's a disgrace.
Give Tina, give that 14th district. Give me some of the towns, I guess, that are in that district.
Okay, well, we were redistricted again. So I lost Co-op City. That went to Jamal, which he lost his primary. So I have the South Bronx, which is Reverend Diaz's area, which is wonderful because he endorsed me and he helps me with my campaign. I have Throgs Neck Country Club, parts of Morris Park. I have City Island. I have part of Eastchester Road, Laconia. I did a nice food drive there last week. I had a food truck there, and we were registering people to vote. I have large parts of Queens, which is College Point, Astoria, Jackson Heights, Corona. It's a very large district. It really is. It's a large district, and that's why this time around I opened a headquarters. I do meet and greets on Tuesdays. I call it Tuesdays with Tina. People could come in and talk to me. They can pick up yard signs, just have a conversation. It's very different this time around. I have the backing of Pat McManus from the Conservative Party, Mike Lendino from the GOP. We united together, and we want to change New York. It's time to change New York, Sid. We're in a we're living bad times right now.
You're not getting an argument from me. I talk about it 4 hours a day. And,
I know.
I brought it up, Tina, even at the Garden on Sunday. I brought up Adams. I brought up de Blasio. I brought up Cuomo. I brought up Hochul. I can't believe, all those years I was living with my beautiful family down in Boca Raton, Florida, and I couldn't wait to get back to New York, and I got that dream that became a reality in 2016. And what I've seen in the almost 9 years since I've been back in New York City is absolutely heartbreaking. I mean,
it is
terrible.
It is, because we're under a one-party rule in New York. That led to high taxes, bad schools, high utility costs, unaffordable rent, high crimes. Criminals can attack a police officer and get out the same day. They're getting free stuff paid for us taxpayers. And look at the college campuses. We have little terrorists running around, terrorizing Jewish students, chanting death to America, supporting Hamas. Enough is enough. Most of these kids would not last a day in Gaza without being bullied, beaten, or butchered by the very same Hamas that they riot in support of. And they think it's okay. There's a reason why people are leaving New York. It's expensive, it's dangerous, and we need a change. I'm the change. People have to start doing something different. That's why I'm running against AOC. We have a very good line of candidates running on both Republican and the conservative line, and people need to come out, and we need to vote. Everyone needs to come out and vote. You need to turn over the ballot. You need to vote no on Prop 1 because we need to keep boys out of girls' sports. They want to take parental rights away, and they're going to give illegal immigrants illegal rights in New York with that Prop 1.
I just received a text from one of our listeners, and they said, I love Tina Forte. She reminds me of a younger, crazier Vicky Palladino, which I think is a huge compliment, Lynn said, which is I love Vicky Palladino, too. But it's true. I mean, you arrived on the scene years ago, and me and Bernard brought you on a couple of times. Back then, you were the quote-unquote real Tina. You were showing up at the Trump rallies when most people in New York were too embarrassed to do it. You were about the most enthusiastic and biggest Trump supporter that I remember, dating all the way back to those early days. That's really how you became, I guess, legendary and now running for office here in New York. But it all started with Donald Trump 9 years ago, yes? Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. And even when I went down to the debate in the city for J.D. Vance, there's a video of it. Waltz's team came out on a bus. Harris and Waltz, they came in on a bus. We were real New Yorkers. We're organic. I was there when they came down the street and they started yelling, we're not going back, we're not going back. I went by myself in front of the whole crowd, and I just started screaming, Trump, 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 Trump. And all the news cameras just turned right to me. And I still do that to this day. As I'm running for office, I still do that because people have to know that our country, our economy, everything was better under Donald Trump.
Not even close. So I remember I asked you a bunch of times years ago if Donald Trump ever contacted you, ever thanked you. Did that ever happen?
No.
Never happened. I'm sorry. Okay.
Never happened.
He should.
It's okay.
He should. I will tell him.
I'm still going to fight for him. I will still fight for him.
Well, and you were at the rally on Sunday, yes?
No, I actually was not. I was at the Bronx rally when he was here in May. I did not. I actually saw you because I had it on my phone on YouTube. So I was watching. I was in my district. You know, I do have a tough race, so I stay in district as much as I can at my office. So I did not come down to MSG. It would have been too long of a day. And Sunday I need to reach out to a lot of my voters. You know, it's crunch time. It
was a very long day, no question about it. I arrived there at 1 o'clock and didn't leave until about 8 o'clock that night. So, look, here's the deal. AOC, you know, she's a rock star. There's no question about it. There's a lot of very, very smart political folks who believe that you can make an argument right now, that maybe outside of Barack Obama, she is the most powerful politician in the Democrat Party. For some reason, people like her. You know, she's cute. So what? So are you, Tina. But I don't even think she's all that cute. But that seems to – I'm serious. But people go, oh, she's young. She's cute. And she has developed a very, very big base. I know you know that. So how difficult is it going to be realistically to beat somebody like AOC?
Well, a lot of people are disgusted with her. I'm not going to lie. They're disgusted with her. Like I said, my office is open. She's never around. People come to me when they have problems. And I think with Trump at the top of the ticket this time, I think it's going to be a very close race. If not, I want to win. I think I can win if the right people come out and they vote. We've registered a lot of people to vote this time. I have a lot of Democrats supporting me. And like I say about AOC, for those who remember all the promises she had made to her district, she's like the congresswoman from Wish. What we got is not what was advertised, not even close.
No question. And she also, on top of that, is, you know, part of this squad group. She's kind of the lead, you know, all those horrible women from Rashid Tlaib to Ilhan Omar, I should say. So she, at least for me, for a person who's very proud of my Jewish faith and been to Israel twice over the last 7 months, I consider AOC to be a pretty strong anti-Semite. That's got to help you in those districts, no?
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. And she won't debate me. And you know what? She's a hypocrite for that because in 2018, I remember when she heckled Joe Crowley for not debating her. And then because he sent a representative. So now here I am saying debate me. I go outside her non-existent office because it is the Bronx Dems, or I go outside the Queens Democratic office. I send chickens to her office with signs, debate Tina Forte. You know how I am, Sid. I don't bite my tongue. I go out there with signs. I troll her, and she will not debate me, and that's not fair. People want to hear what she has to say. Unfortunately, she really doesn't have much to say because I think she looks down upon the 14th Congressional District. She doesn't care about anyone in her district, and it's time to fire her. And that's why it's time for people to join me at fireaoc.com. It's time to finish the wall and fire them all.
There really should be a law that makes it mandatory for everybody to debate at least once. You don't got to do it 3 times like Mike Lawler and Mondaire Jones, but at least once. But, you know, some of these people are very comfortable. They win by wide margins, and they feel like I don't have to do it. And you're right. There should be a back and forth because I don't believe at least she can spar with you, keep up with you when it comes to the important issues. So on the way out, my friend Tina Forte, my dear friend Tina, for folks who want to help you out, donate, check you out over the next 6 days, what's the best way to do it?
fireaoc.com. And also November 2nd, this Saturday, I am having a rally outside my headquarters. It is the Bronx is MAGA rally. A lot of surprises, food, water, soda, anything. We have a DJ for 4 hours. Everyone, come on down. You can come and grab a sign. You can shake my hand. You can come and meet everyone, and we'll just have a grand old block party.
Brian did invite me. I'm honored, and I would be here if I was in town. Just so happens I'm going to Pennsylvania to campaign for President Trump. I'm going to Philly that day, but it sounds like it's going to be a great day. We're all very, very proud of you, Tina, from your early days of supporting Trump to running for office. Now, of course, you've got my full-throttled endorsement, and I wish you nothing but the best of luck and success coming up next Tuesday. Tina Forte, you keep going at it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you, too. That's my friend Tina Forte right there, folks. running against that horrible person. She really is a horrible person. AOC, that is coming up next Tuesday. FireAOC.com. Go vote for Tina Forte.